We are walking around in a segment I'm just naming off the top of my head, chill stuff to do in the Lower Mainland. Taking a nice walk through Burnaby Lake. It's about 10 kilometers of a relatively accessible trail with lots of nice beauty. Lots of birds to hear and see here. Salmon berries aren't quite ripe yet, but they're tasty. So one thing about this place is there's lots of other little trails that you can select that make little other loops. We're just taking the big main loop, which is about 10 kilometers all told. A very nice walk. I'm partial to foxgloves to the degree that I have them tattooed on the side of my head. It's actually a fun story. When I was a kid, I would routinely pull out the foxglove flower and taste the sweet nectar that's inside of it. Well, before you stop the video and go decide to try it, foxgloves are incredibly poisonous, especially the root ball. In fact, at one point, I'm not sure if it's still the case, but at one point they were used to make heart medication for people with tachycardia, because it slows your heart rate down. So I go to summer camp at Camp Howdy in the day at Belcarra Regional Park, and I start showing the camp counselors and all the kids this awesome trick I know about eating the delicious syrup that's inside of the foxgloves. And so a camp counselor did it then himself. He started trying it, and all of us gathered around and started doing it. So we get back to camp, and well, we start telling folks what we had done, and an older person goes, wait, what were the flowers? Needless to say, we all went to the hospital, had to drink that charcoal drink, and stay there and have black diarrhea for a couple of days. Heart monitors, the whole deal. And of course we were mischievous, so we were holding our breath and trying to trip up the heart monitor. They were in quite a hurry to get rid of us. So yeah, we went back to the camp mess hall and had black charcoal diarrhea, and never again did I taste the sweet nectar of the foxglove. And you shouldn't either. Burnaby Lake is home to the endangered western painted turtle, and this is their nesting area. I don't know if we're gonna catch any glimpses of them today specifically, but here's where they dig and lay eggs and do all their turtle stuff. Damn, Burnaby. When salmon berries start to turn a little bit orangey, reddy, maroon like this, they're probably decent to eat. Let's try. Good to check inside for rot or little bugs. Oh yeah, tasty. These orange ones here are likely quite tart, but if they're starting to just fall off the branch, then that's how you know. If you give them a tiny little tug like that and they don't come right off, they're not ripe. This part of the trail features a lot of warnings about horses and having control of your horse, and how pedestrians and cyclists should expect to meet horses. What they don't remind you is that horses have to be mercilessly broken and abused to allow someone to ride them. And horses don't want to be carrying around people. We're well past that time when we need that. So if you love horses, don't exploit them. Anyone out there surprised that a channel called Vegan Everywhere is mentioning this? In the distance, a tiny bit of snow remains on the mountains, and we've got a nice long boardwalk. We started here, we stopped there, we crossed the dam, we stopped here, And now we're here. That's been about 1 hour, about halfway. It's trout and salmon fry season. They're all through the little waterways and streams here. The trout have spots and lighter dots, and the young coho salmon have sort of stripes and a little bit of shading across their dorsal side. Ventral side is more white on a salmon, like, you know, higher up, whereas 2/3 down the body of a trout, there's lots of little dots like that. Look at the size of these horsetails. He's got to be 3-4 feet tall. Boing, 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 boop. Wildlife Rescue Association. This is the Glen Cairn place. I, over the years, have brought crows and various little animals here. I heard something about them not getting a proper grant for funding this year so that they could have the right amount of staff to help them do their vital work. So if you have any extra, not that a lot of us do right now, make sure to send them a donation. They do amazing work. Gosh, I wish there were more lily pads. The smell in the air is so nice, fresh, kind of a little bit of a clean swamp smell, kind of that wetland smell that you associate with like duck. It smells very green, air is very fresh, and yet we're right by the rail lines and the freeway. Oh, look, off in the distance, an eagle is soaring, probably looking for something to eat. Beautiful. It is a hot one today, but the great thing about this trail is that there's tons of shade, and I will actually say on the accessibility side, I think it's pretty decent. People with a mobility device certainly would be able to use a large part of the trail. There are the odd little staircases, but there's little loops. You could stop at various places and just go kind of back and forth in a 2 kilometer or 2 kilometer loop. You don't have to do the full 10. And there's lots of good accessible parking as well. Flat, compact gravel trails, boardwalks with maybe about 3/4 of an inch to an inch gap in them, and grip. So if you were using poles, crutches, or even a walker, I think you could probably access a lot of this and just go at your own pace. And if you had a motorized scooter, I think you'd be doing pretty okay as well. Even a power chair, I think, could go through a lot of these places pretty well. This is the brook that feeds Deer Lake, and there are all sorts of incredibly colored dragonflies. I've seen some blue, some red ones, and over there on the branch, there's like a black and white striped, almost zebra-looking guy. Lions in the distance. Look at all the geese with their cute babies. Oh, this could be bad. It's okay, we're not doing anything. We're just walking by. We're just walking by and filming the cute geese. Hey, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not touching the babies. We're not going to touch them. We're just walking by. Oh, you're so cute. I wish I could grab you and pet you. I probably could, but then the parents would murder me. It's okay. Yeah, we're cool. We're chill. Good job on making it through, cute babies. Reminds me of this this meme I see where it's like, remember, so many aspects of wildlife are misunderstood. Opossums are caring mothers. Foxes are incredibly clever. Hummingbirds are sweet and interesting to watch. Geese. We are here. We need to go back to here. Well, we're coming up on our final kilometer here. Can you guess what our step count's gonna be? Comment now before I tell you at the end. Oh, so close. Well, that's pretty much where we started. Just a tiny bit over 10 kilometers, just a teeny tiny bit over 2 hours. And our official step count, about 13,500.
That's Burnaby Lake Park. We started by the nature house and survived the loop. I recommend this place for some urban nature, and I want you to tell me anything else I might have missed or some other similar places to explore.
Finished.
For Vegan Everywhere, I'm David.